The world you know now is filled with light, colors so dazzling they could steal one's breath away. Would you believe that at one point none of it existed? It happened in a time both anywhere and everywhere where nothingness reigned supreme. Vast, lifeless seas of black, no worlds to speak of. But one day, an artist came to change that. With the artist came the first glimpses of color, arriving in pastel pinks, soft as the fullest spring flowers, and vibrant greens to offset the chill of the infinite emptiness. As she brandished her brush, she knew it wouldn't be empty much longer. With a single stroke, the first world came into existence. The first thing she drew was the sun, for nothing could live without light. Next, she created the ground, the canvas upon which her creations would walk, grow, and live. Flora sprung from untouched dirt, gratefully stretching their leaves up towards their creator. New life emerged one by one, each more complex than the last. Trees, grasses, beaches of rolling hills of sand, oceans crashing upon their dusty shores. Finally, she drew one more creation, for why create these beautiful things if no one could enjoy them? With that, she created the first inhabitant. The first inhabitant seemed confused, but then eased once he saw the beauty he lived alongside. Satisfied with her first design, the artist set out to make more and more until a whole planet was filled with inhabitants. The artist smiled to herself as she admired her work, but then she frowned. She had built this beautiful world with nothing but her brush, given her creations form, breathing them into existence with each and every stroke, and yet something was missing. Her creations were alive, but they weren't living. They had shape, but no words. Without words, without a force to guide their movements, they'd be left without purpose, without motivation. What would become of them? It is here that the author appeared, for sometimes, in the creation of something worthwhile, the work must be divided. The author saw what the artist had accomplished and was enthralled. She agreed to help the artist in the creation of this new world. With a wave of her pen, the inhabitants became characters. The first character cried, as he'd been doing for quite some time now, fully aware of his actions as he realized the word associated with it, sadness. The second character whooped with joy as he felt a new happiness for the first time. The author gifted them with the names of all the emotions they could feel in a single heartbeat and lifetime.
Worry not,
the author reassured the artist.
I shall give them more.
The characters spoke amongst themselves, exchanging stories. They spoke of families dearly missed, adventures few dared to dream. Why give them what's already happened? The artist questioned.
One cannot move forward if one does not know where they've been. How can one explore if one does not know what's been discovered?
The two looked proudly over their work. The artist spurred on to create more, and the writer following close behind, breathing new life into each one as the characters chattered excitedly amongst themselves.
Mind you,
the author warned,
they feel now. They have histories and the language to express them, but they live in chaos. They only know the words for righteousness and wickedness, but not of order itself. Forgive me, but that is something I cannot give them.
And as it was said, the final gift arrived.
Oh? Is it order that you wish to bring them?
The being said with a fanged grin.
Are you here to grant it?
Order. And much, much more.
The newcomer assured. And the artist and the author welcomed the adjudicator with open arms. The adjudicator looked over their work in awe and became aware of his own that awaited him, for he knew characters fueled with such strong emotions could easily fall victim to them. Chaos was the law of the worlds, and so he would write into existence new ones. From his book containing laws of all the lands, he set to rewrite the chaos, gathering the characters around. He taught them the meaning behind righteousness and wickedness. With this, the characters grew a conscience, a sense of right and wrong, and now knew which path would be the one they'd follow.
I will even tact their free will,
The Adjudicator reassured.
but there shall be consequences for following the wrong path.
He wrote into existence the order and justice, and the characters then knew the risks of each path they could take.
Some may choose wickedness, others righteousness. In the end, they determine what lies within.
Is that not harsh? The Adjudicator redirected the artist's and author's attention to the changes below. For with morals came convictions. Bonds between characters grew stronger, unshakable in their newfound shared ideals. Friendships born of interest now flourished under common interest.
It is in their sense of righteousness unity is found. Let us see how they will define it.
Would that not lead to more chaos?
For the author knew that just as there cannot be life without death, nor could there be order without chaos.
Perhaps.
The Adjudicator said with a devilish grin.
But does that not lead to more interesting stories?
As told, the world slowly came into existence, morphing and shifting with every new line, letter, and law. For it took all three to create the light, and to realize that light could not exist without the void, for within the void came the first spark.